Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso at thewatchbox.com. The purchase and pricing email question line for your questions about buying this or any watch you see here on Watchbox Reviews. Email me at tmosso at thewatchbox.com. And today we are discussing the FP Journe Chronometre Souverain. Launched in 2005, it won that year's GPHG Men's Watch Prize. And as you see it right here, the timepiece is 40 millimeters in rose gold by 8 millimeters thick by 46.3 millimeters lug-to-lug with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. We'll throw it on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist real quick. As you can see, it is a comfortable watch, planted, flat, nicely stanced, ideal for a wrist as small as 13.5 centimeters circumference, and you'll note that it easily slides underneath any kind of a dress cuff or tight sleeve. The watch is equipped, let's get a little bit closer right here, with an alligator leather strap that is large, brown rectangular scale on the top with a lovely folded edge, monotone stitch, and gator on the bottom as well. These modern Journe factory straps are gator on both sides simply because that type of strap construction lasts longer than when there's calfskin on the bottom. Note the use of pull tab spring bars so you can easily remove the strap from the case without tools, and then there are curved spring bars used so that the lugs can be drilled close to the case, allowing you to pull the strap all the way down without encumbrance, despite the fact that there is a very narrow spacing side to side, strap end to strap end. It's a brilliant ergonomic solution. You can see that there is a simple rose gold pin buckle attached, and you will note that it too is made by FP Journe with an elevated bridge over the prongs, so the flat strap sits inside the buckle on your wrist rather than underneath. It doesn't stack up. It's an elegant solution. There's a handsome full polish aspect to the case flank, bezel, and case back. Everything here is polished. There's a little bit of a lip overlapping from the case back and the bezel over the mid-case, which defines the mid-case as a continuous slender sweep, and it blends seamlessly with integrated Calatrava or Portugueser style lugs, depending on your preferred 1930s prototype for this kind of a style. You'll appreciate that the bezel is nicely rounded with a domed profile, and you have the Journe double dimple knurled crown. The dial is silver with a sort of hobnail on the center, a clou de Paris style stamped pattern, and then we have smaller registers for the power reserve indicator and the small seconds. A railroad style minutes track outboard, railroad style seconds track, blue Journe biomorphic tapered hands. The power reserve indicator works as on a vintage marine chronometer, which is to say it shows you how many hours since you last wound the watch. When fully wound, it indicates 0 hours because a marine chronometer needed to be wound at the same time every 24 hours, so it was more important to know how many hours since it was last wound than how much energy was left, because you would always wind it at 24 hours elapsed, or 24 hours indicated since the last winding. That is why the Chronometre Souverain Power Reserve indicates 0 when fully wound. It's a tribute to marine chronometers. Turn it all over. You have caliber 1304, so named because it's 13 French lean in diameter, and work began in 2004. 18-karat rose gold bridges and plates. You can see a multiplicity of finishes. You have 2 mainspring barrels, providing a very even torque release from max to min. It's not there to give it a huge power reserve, as double barrels commonly are, though it does have an above average 56-hour power reserve, plus or minus 2 hours. The twin barrels give you a very even torque release, which is one of the reasons why FP Journe bestows the name Chronometre on the Chronometre Souverain. Another reason is the 6-position adjustment, giving deviation no place to hide. The high horology and chronometer standard of adjustment is 5 positions, so Journe is going one better with this watch, giving you 6 positions, 22 joules, 21.6 beat rate with a free sprung architecture to make it more shock tolerant and allow it to hold its 6-position adjustment in the face of bumps and concussions on the wrist. Now, as it is a gold movement, you can see several different finishes blazon on the 18-karat surfaces. You have a beveling on the edge of the bridges. You can see the same in the jewel and screw sinks. There is a micro perlage or engine turning on the base plate, perfectly aligned Côte de Genève across the bridges, and then there's a lovely Côte de Soleil or rayon that radiates out across the bridges just beneath the barrels. 30 meters water resistant, so it's not an aquatic watch. I will call your attention to the architecture. It's not just a nicely finished movement with a swan's neck pocket watch style click spring, but it also has a hidden train where the drivetrain runs under the dial, so that there is a big gulf between the barrels and the escapement. You can see the escapement, but you cannot see the drive that transmits the energy from the barrels to the escapement. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com to own this unerringly accurate, stylish, and highly decorated FP Journe Chronometre Souverain in rose gold.